live. Okay, so let's do the review. Today is 1/27/20, and you're going to find that tomorrow's quiz is a lot like this review sheet, okay? So first of all, number one, it is the absolute value graph. We know that the absolute value graphs are these funny shaped V's, and they're V's because when the values become negative, we take the absolute value of negative values and make them positive, okay? So that's like my parent function. This particular one, what we're going to do is we're going to first take a look at its vertex. So the vertex is always going to be the opposite of that. Has to be the opposite inside because that x value zeroes it out. So my vertex is going to be at a positive 1, negative 3. I know the slope of this graph is 1/4. Okay, how am I doing? So far so good? So I'm going to go ahead and find my vertex at 1, negative 3. I'm going to apply my slope, which is up 1 over 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go ahead and connect the dots. And there we go. All right. Okay, domain. Domain is all possible x values, but the easiest way to look at domain is really how wide is it? Well, this is forever wide. So I like to put for the domain x equals, and the cursive R represents, and I was a math major for a reason, so I don't like to spell. It represents all real numbers, which you can write all real numbers. For me, I'd rather use the cursive capital R, which means all real numbers, okay? And then the range, reach for your range. So the range is how high, or the y values. Well, it starts at a height of 3 and goes up. It has no y values below negative 3, so its range is y is greater than or equal to negative 3. How am I doing? Okay, good. Thanks, Cole. All right. Okay, number 2. Now, if we want to find an equation for this absolute value, okay, for this one right here. Oh, no, sorry, for this one, my bad. Let's take and find the equation of this absolute value graph. Now, this one's not too bad. We know it's the V. The vertex is at 0, negative 3, okay? So if I want an absolute value graph, I'm going to go y equals. And I'll just start there, okay? Y equals. Let's just start there. Y equals, and I did the absolute value symbols, okay? Does that make sense? I know the slope is up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, so I'll put a 3 right there, okay? 3 over 1. You can put 3 over 1, but I'm just going to put 3. Yeah, Eli? Oh, obviously I can't see. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, okay, the slope is up 3 over 1. Now, the vertex is 0, negative 2. Thanks, Eli. So I could put an x minus 0 minus 2, but I don't need the 0. You guys agree? You don't need the 0. So I would really probably write this instead as 3 absolute value of x minus 2. If you put the 0 in there, it's fine. That's all you have to do. Okay? Now, there's the answer to number 3. Now number 3, we want to take this graph and make it into an absolute value graph. So what I do first for me is I find out where they're connected. So if I want to take it from an absolute value graph into 2 different graphs, I just got to find out where they're connected. So they're connected at x equals 0. My first graph exists from greater than 0. My second graph exists from x is less than 0, okay? So they're connected at 0. The first graph is greater than 0. The second graph is less than 0. And one of the two graphs will let equal 0, okay? But for right now, we'll just go there. So the first graph is up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. So it's a y equals 3 over 1x minus 2. Second graph is down 3 over 1, down 3 over, so it's a y equals a down 3 over 1x minus 2. Okay? So those are the two individual graphs, equations, and so all I have to do is this, f of x and y are the same thing. Fx and y are the same thing, so instead of writing y equals, I'll go fx equals a negative 3x minus 2, but that's if x is less than 0. Instead of y equals, it's f of x equals negative 3x minus 2. The other line, instead of y equals, it's fx equals a 3x minus 2, but that's only if x is greater than 0. The last thing we have to do is include that point right there where they connect, and that's where it equals 0. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I'll just put it on the first one, but one of the two has to include the 0. Okay? How am I doing? Questions? Am I doing okay? Okay, number 4, I'm going to need a piece of graph paper. I don't know about you guys, but graph paper is going to help me do number 4. I don't think it's going to fit, so I'm going to do number 4 on a separate sheet of graph paper. So I need to graph a piecewise graph. I'm going to go ahead and put my XY axis in. Find a ruler. Nope, it's right here. So my ruler. Okay, I'm just going to do this. And first of all, I like to put in the boundary line. So the boundary line is at -2. So I'm going to go to -2 on my x, and I'm going to make my boundary line, which is invisible. Okay. It's not really part of the graph at all. It just helps me. Okay. So from here, what am I going to do? Well, first graph starts at 3, goes up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So I'm going to start at 3. I'm using a pencil because I'm going to erase. Start at 3, go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Okay. So my first line starts at 3 and goes up 1 over 2. Okay, but I'm going to erase half this graph because the graph I just graphed can only exist from -2 back. It has an equal sign also. So the first graph exists from less than or equal to -2. So I'm going to put a solid dot there, draw my graph, and erase that which is greater than -2. How am I doing? Am I going too fast? Second equation is 4. Y equals 4 is a horizontal line at 4. I'll graph the whole thing and I'll erase 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right? However, we want this one to be greater than -2. So I'm going to put an open circle here and draw it in like that. Erase the back half because this one exists greater than -2. Okay, there you go. Do you mind answering? Just say hello, Mr. Davies' class, since I'm recording. Okay. Coco.
So, would y equals 4 when it's greater than -2? Would that be a line or a ray?
Oh, interesting question. It is a ray. Yes. What did they say? Oh, thank you for answering that for me. Yeah, especially when I'm recording. I don't want to stop and answer the phone. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Good question. It is technically a ray, isn't it? Okay. Good. Thumbs up. Vincent, come get the homework before you leave. Okay. All right. Number 5. Let's do this the easy way. Okay. You agree? Let's use our brains and let's do this easy way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is use 2 different colors. I'm going to use black and I'll do red for the inverse. So first of all, just to graph f of x or y equals -2/3 x. It has a y-intercept of 0, which we don't normally write. Okay. But I like to put that there because it's easy to go ahead and start at 0 and go down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3. Okay, how's that? Graph that in, okay? All right. Now, if you are completely lost and having a hard time, if doing inverses is really tough for you, watch. 3, -2, -3, 2, right? If I reverse the points, remember how we reverse the points? Then I'd have a -2, 3, and I'd have a 2, -3, and I can draw a line. You get that? You just take the points and reverse them. However, I think there's an easier way to do it. Okay, what do you know about inverses? Tell me what you guys already know about inverses. Okay?
Flip them.
Flip what? I agree. Flip what?
Flip the point.
Flip the points. Okay, yes, we did that. What's that?
Flip the X and Y values.
Flip the X and Y values. Yes, yes.
Change the sign.
That's what I was looking for. So yes, totally correct. Yes, totally correct. I think this is the easiest way, right? So if it's the inverse, it's the opposite slope. The inverse is going to be a y equals a negative, let me do this in red, sorry. Y equals a -3 over 2x, and of course plus 0. So I'm going to go down 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, and I get my inverse. And I already have the equation. There's my equation. Now, I'm going to go back to what Yvette said, okay, because that was totally correct. So Yvette, this point here reverses to that point. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
You're totally right. And this point here, if I reverse them, becomes this point here, okay? Coco, the hard part of what you said is that since the XY intercepts are both 0, 0, it's really hard to get it when it goes from 0, 0, right? So either reverse the points, which is what Yvette said, reverse the intercepts if you have intercepts. Wait till the next one, okay? Bring what you said, okay? Or just simply change slopes, right? Okay, which is what Heather said. Okay, 6. Coco, I'm going to take your advice on number 6, and you're going to see why. So number 6, I'm going to start at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Y-intercept of 8, right? I'm going to go down 4 over 1, down 4 over 1. Okay. Now this time, I'm going to take Coco's advice. So Coco said, you can reverse the intercepts. So that's an intercept, that's an x-intercept of 2 becomes a y-intercept of 2, okay? So this x-intercept at 2, 0, and I would take Yvette's suggestion also, it becomes the y-intercept of 0, 2. I have a y-intercept at 0, 8, which becomes an x-intercept of 8, 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. All right, so there's both Coco's and Yvette's suggestion. And there's my graph, okay? Now, before I go any further, I want to do one thing. Everybody watching? Everybody watching? Everybody, all eyes up here, everybody, okay? What is that word? Now, that may seem like an obvious thing, but what is that word?
And
So tomorrow I want both the graph and the inverse. I want the graph and the inverse. You can do that, right? Don't forget to do both, because I'm going to ask for both, okay? All right, now, last but not least on 6, what's the equation? Well, we could switch the variables and solve it, right? But could you get the equation by looking at it? Okay, Coco, what's the inverse?
so you do like, it would be -1?
Down 1 over 4, yes, negative 1 over 4x plus 2, isn't it? You guys agree with that? Yeah, because it is the opposite slope, which is what Heather said, right? It is Heather, right? Yeah. You guys are listening. You guys are learning. I like it. There's hope for us, huh? Okay, thumbs up. Okay, turn the page. All right, easiest question on the test. Everybody's going to get this one right, correct? Go ahead. Tell me what the answer is on 6. Just tell me. Come on. What's the inverse of this relation? -1, 5. 4, 3. Keep going. Yep.
7.
Okay, good. Nobody better miss that one. You guys agree?
I might miss it.
No, you won't, Gunnar. You're going to ace that one. Okay, number 7, last but not least, and this one's not too bad. So we're going to do a fun run. We're going to order water bottles. If we buy in bulk, you get a better price, right? So if you buy between 50 and 100, it costs 40 cents a bottle. But if you're only going to buy less than 50, it's 50 cents a bottle. Does that make sense? If you order between 100 200, it's 25 cents a bottle, and over 200, it's like 15 cents a bottle. Okay. Now the 20 is probably a shipping cost because you're buying big boxes of bottles, right? So it's probably a $20 shipping cost. Okay. So, all right, let's take a look. So F of 150 goes into the third one. You guys agree? Goes in the third one because 150 is in between 100 to 150. So to get the answer, we plug it in. We're going to plug it in. We're going to go F of 150 is equal to 0.25 times 150 plus 20. Hold on. That's what calculus made it for, right? Okay, 0.25 times 150 plus 20. Yeah, $57.50, I think. $57.50. Good. F50, which one am I going to plug it into? First, second, or third? Okay, I'm on this one.
The second.
You guys agree? F of 50 has to go in the second one because it equals 50. So it goes right into here. So F of 50 for 50 water bottles is 0.4 times 50 plus 20. And I'm just going to use my calculator on that one. 0.4 times 50 plus 20. And I get an answer of $40. And finally, in words, and you got to write words. What does F of 50 represent? In words, what does this mean? Somebody, in words, what does this mean? Yes. Yeah, and it's the cost of 50, how about, yeah. So it's just the cost. We bought 50 water bottles. So it's going to be the, and write words, the cost of buying 50 water bottles. Thumbs up? Should be an easy quiz tomorrow. I think the hardest thing for you guys will be making this into a piecewise graph, right? But everything else should be pretty simple for you, okay? All right.